bedru no petrol no fu on boko of drivers we do yankopon say omonte so
under the previous management around October 2024 they sold that particular brand at 3,000 Ghana cedis. The recent valuation from STC was 38,300 Ghana cedis.
Same bus, same condition.
Same, and even with this, just as it's happened the other one, we have removed the engine because the technicians advise that there are some special parts in the engine that the company, that it will be useful to the company. Then the back axle too has been removed. Removing the back axle and the engine, still we are making, the state is making about 38,300.
We just hope that with this resetting agenda, with Honorable Dafim Ekpo in charge, we will not do too much of this. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Of course, truth be told, in every regime, it always happens. Yeah, oh yeah, there are some of the cases they will trade off. Yeah. You can see even in the arrest, haven't you seen some specific persons, they've never been arrested. They are in Ghana here.
Buses are auctioned for 38,000 were sold for just 3,000 in the previous administration. MPP have been here for a month touch it. Chase baby amu bokro no. Nanu yayi the managing director, deputy Haroun Apaw Wiredu. Eba nanu yayi. O say one car chase yetwi no a. They go share a private facility bimu. Now papa no call to say mumbe mu kan fru. Car no o da na enye ye because car no wa. E chance o metime ka so me down mo. Tina so o mu twitwa car no as a scrap. Enumpo omu yi engine. Hey, as an every more, almost one for 38,000. 38,000. And Ghana is saying 380 million. The same brand, the same model of car under the MPP, omu managing director, and Olidi Metromas. Papa no etoni there 3,000. At some point, it be 2,300. We on Tony the 38,000, 38,300. But we at almost the 3,000, the same brand. Some of the car almost on 2,300.
Haroun, that tap and go,
Yes,
which was introduced by the dying embers of the Nanado Baumi administration,
yes.
how's it working now? Because then that will solve the other problem of the leakages.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was telling you. With the tap and go, linking up to the ITMA solution all the way to Haptor, we came to meet the level at which it was just about 45%. That's what I told you. We've upscaled it to about 98 to 99% across Ghana. And that has actually solved the problem of our revenue collection and revenue mobilization, which, as I told you, has manifested. And by December, we got about 17.5 million Ghana cedis. Oh, wow. Again, if you look at formally with the management of our luggage and parcels, that session was also not fully automated with our ITMA solution. And we just took it from the scratch, and now we are doing that. Formerly, when it was the analog arrangements, we were just receiving about 500,000 Ghana cedis just for the parcels and luggage. Just last month, we had about 2.7 million Ghana cedis just for luggage and parcels alone.
I see. Which
even that, if properly used, could account for about 50% of our salaries. So if we are able to manage that session very well, we should be able to take care of our salaries and other operational costs. And it's also important to state that I agree that over the years, I think that you could have done better. Because if you look at during the days of President Kufuor all the way to Mills Mahama, like I told you, President Kufuor handed over about 1,000 buses, but the operational, we need to state this, the operational bus fleets that he handed over to the Mills Mahama was about 500 out of the 1,000 buses.
So what?
Then, hold on. Then Mills Mahama also augmented our fleet from 2009 to 2016, right, with another 600 buses. So by 2017, the company had about 1,100 buses. Then 2018,
were all of them on the...
Hold on.
Right.
Then 2017, 2018, the actual operational buses average was 600 buses.
Out of the 1,100?
Out of the 1,100.
So 500 broken down?
Yes. So around 2018, then management put on scraps about 400 buses. And those buses were scrapped. Those buses were dismantled and sold to some cronies. Then, 2 months into the elections, specifically 10th October 2024, another 313 buses. That is the report of the Board of Survey.
No, all of this huge one?
Yes.
Lift it up, let me see.
This, as you can see.
313.
313 buses, 313 buses. And it will surprise you, Alfred, to observe. This. So if you put 313 buses plus the 400 buses scrapped between 2017 and 2018, that puts it to about 700 buses. So my brother was talking about VVIP routing through to Tumu. It is true because...
No, VVIP doesn't go to Tumu.
No, he said, sorry. It is true because in our case, our fleet level has gone all-time low.
All the buses VIP. No, we're talking about yeah, it's true.
Well,
they are red and long. We say they are VIP buses.
All-time.
It is the case because our fleet level has gone all-time low in the history of the company. If you go to WA, as he points out, our fleet level in WA is just about 6 buses. 6. So you need to route WA to Tamale, WA to Kumasi, WA to Accra.
By the way, Tumu needs a sleeper metro mass.
No problem. So with this new 300 buses, you will deploy something.
When we leave Tumu to WA, not Tumu to Bolga.
Sure.
Doing your job as
Thank you.
So Alfred, so if you put the 313 plus the 400 buses scrap, that's about 700 buses. And now about 90 buses,
13 buses,
yes, scrap. Now about 90 buses at various levels of repairs. Then 197 buses have been declared completely ground down, unserviceable. Now the sale of the 313 buses, they claim that they said they generated 2.9 million Ghana cedis.
Out of the 313 buses sold.
And around 2015, under the elsewhere NDC administration, the then government decided that all buses sold, we should be able to create an account called an escrow account, where the amount of money or funds generated from the sale of the auction will be put into that account. Now, the last sales they did for the 313 buses, realizing 2.9 million, those monies were put into that particular account. In fact, as you observe, President Mahama was sworn in by January 7. My MD lawyer, Kali Caesar, was appointed first week of March. I got my appointment second week of March. So between the period of 7th January to first week of March, the account was heavily dissipated by the then MD. The explanation to that was that they took that money.
The 2.9 million.
The 2.9 million. And they said they used the money to pay some suppliers and salaries. Meanwhile, that account, that is not the purpose upon which the account was created in the first place. Yes. And it will also shock you. If you look at the sales they did, a whole bus, in some cases, was sold at a cost of 2,300 Ghana cedis.
We shouldn't go into this.
No, I'm coming. Hold on. I have a reason to that.
I see. What was the condition of the bus that was sold for?
You see, the condition of the bus, currently we have one, if I can share with you, at Tema. When we came, the name of the bus is a Wangai bus. Wangai brand. Same Wangai brand 2015 registered.
Is it China or Korea?
It's a China bus.
I see.
So same bus, same condition. There were 2 at the time. In fact, a lot, but the 2 of them have same characteristics in terms of their maintenance arrangements. One was left to be parked at Tema, at a private person's yard. And this private person has actually developed the yard. He has walled it or secured it. Now the bus is about 80-meter bus. The bus cannot turn. So this person wrote to Metro Mass and decided to take the matter to court. We came in as new management to plead with him to give us some time. We cannot also tow the bus because the bus is 80-meter. So we had to cut it. And in cutting it, you need permission from government because the law shows how to go about such cases.
I see.
So we went through the processes, and Alfred, it will shock you. When SEC did evaluation, Alfred, when SEC did evaluation, just last week, for that particular bus, the 80-meter, same was also auctioned under the previous management around October 2024. They sold that particular brand at 3,000 Ghana cedis. The recent valuation from STC was 38,300 Ghana cedis.
Same bus, same condition.
Same, and even with this, just as it's happened the other one, we have removed the engine Because the technicians advise that there are some special parts in the engine that the company, that it will be useful to the company. Then the back axle too has been removed. Removing the back axle and the engine, still we are making, the state is making about 38,300.
Why? I didn't hear. If a pan MPP is a man touching. Not me blame Attorney General and a Minister for Justice. Dominic Akutinga Hini. If I ras no enka ayena wawa na ekwo wawa. Anka sase me yete anka ebumfu. But see say must me dey. Must me dey. Onyanko timi ton a car 3,000 e de man ho. Na iPhone 12 grad me pe second hand na meto ne say. iPhone 12 7 second hand grad meto ne say. Now what a whole bus tintin mu a. What a bus tintin mu now? What on 3,000 Ghana? E be 2,300. Ampanya me fa ne bo on ton. Won, tidanka we tigare. Megogogwo mu ne e fere se ayi. Antoine e bosumaka. Na e agegge mo rough. Man ka mawu. Na e kwatoye because you are short him kwakron for film. But we yet no kura wi court nkwa bese 7 years nyen ka se no wi o hwe ana oti wada another party aba obelong to ne abe file no process kwa we are not interested in the case sa ne tete a de bia ye interested our case wunda say party member na Martin Kpebu our private practitioner legal practitioner rather yeah Martin Kpebu na siasa ofaya ya che osihwe the AC o metro mass worm no because empanisho bia asembie ntuo bia na eye ana nya brofo keke ne yeka ana ya sha ase ye investigate na ya wie ya chinipa no no adane bi ne ho a the next person ya oba no he go learn sense.
So I was developing the first point about naming and shaming because it's also an effective tool. True. So I gave the example that Nanose and then the previous managing director Albert Edubuahin, they've come in for hard bashing even before Yoko has gone into the matter. So it's a form of accountability. So it means that we are not fostering impunity. No, we are holding them accountable. It doesn't matter what Yoko will say. Even if eventually they are absolved, it will never sit well with the ordinary Ghanaian that a whole bus went for 2,500, others 7,000, etc. It would never. So it's a form of accountability. But we hope that perhaps the investigations will reveal some criminality so that the cases will go to court. Right? And then with that, once they get punished, it will serve as a deterrence because it's the impunity that's festering this kind of thing. It's the impunity. That's the fact that the thing can happen and then it will, they will sell the buses cheap. The other political party will come. Then it's like you scratch my back, I scratch your back, etc. We just hope that with this resetting agenda, with Honorable Dafim Ekpo in charge, we will not do too much of this. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Of course, truth be told, in every regime, it always happens. There are some of the cases they will trade off. You can see even in the arrest, having to see some specific persons, they've never been arrested. They are in Ghana here. Then you understand. You understand that?
I don't understand.
We are not that naive. We are not that naive, okay? But we understand there are certain characters. You see them in the previous regime. Everybody was pointing hands. You see there when this government changes, he'll be the second or third to be arrested. You see it's in Ghana. You don't understand how the elections were won. Fair. Before elections, people go and they trade horses. They will fund the opponent.
Really?
Oh, yes.
You are saying something I don't know.
You have no idea. So, look, sometimes we sit here, we just look like pawns. But look, the political actors at the top, they have to understand that someday will come. Okay. Christianity are not agregu. No, it's true. Yeah. It's not that we are foolish. It's just that some of these things, you can't get the hardcore evidence. But we know that, listen, this person walking town and he has no case at all against him, you can see that he must have funded elections. Yes, because that's the only time it makes sense. But gradually, we'll get there. We'll get there. Someday when the under pours are, you think the young people walking around, people know. It's not that we don't know. Anyway, that day will come. So the thing is that there's a lot of impunity. There's a lot of impunity. And so we're just hoping that with the reset agenda, you see how Ora is doing well. And so we've shown Zatu how Ora, is doing well. So gradually, we'll come to a lot of these people. So, Mr. Redu, the point is that push, let Yoko go into it. And then, hopefully, we can get some prosecutions so that these things will stop.
Dr. Frank Amoakohene, Ashanti Regional Minister, or say, men can't say Ghana for, we are Kumasi, now you're Trotro Driver, mobile brepa. I'm sad, as Menuka say, drivers baku 16, au Kumasi, chase, a drew peak hour, another rush hour now. Obia, Nadrians or Pekka Kofino. No much I say, the Lord fair. From 5 Ghana, nearly 10 Ghana, from 10 nearly 20 and not 25. Yes, so Munyai, almost Munyai, yes, so Munyai, almost Munyai, almost the task force for ATS Yagum, and here, a just some Kitwa. Yabani Busa, or Jim was saying, or the 10 Ghana and a power Jim was saying 5 Ghana. Hey, driver, want you know. They are two.
How the fabric and the mommy? I don't come here best. How the fabric and the mommy? I don't come here best.
It is a bad no. Petrol no fool on the book off from no. Drivers were doing Uncle Ponce or Monte so. Obuko blame me. I was so kind for some answer question. Almost say, no credit, or must in your muscle. After the driver for no grass out your more. I know my Martin say, a drone bra will be anyone, or Mr. Increase law fair. Ye can't you more, so munyai, still so munyai. To be able to address it. Now we have a Greater Kumasi region. Yenya, a friend is saying, GPRTU for our more motorcycle drivers are, or more than friendly aircraft. And then Kumasi, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Papa, a friend Frank Amoakohene, as well as the affairs are. That was what it said. Drivers for back 16. I know my increase of Lord Fair. Why? We Ghana ni. Or you better tumpong. You better, Amayaka said, whatever economic indications are, echo from Amaya saying that Mahama or Yedman. Timamphone don't answer than you be feeling. Because of some of the greedy bastards who are they want to marry him. And this is also the reason why you say, baby, I don't know. Yeah, the government app we bar a bit more compare prices. And yeah, a high anobel na price no a 10 Ghana. That's the highest 7 Ghana no chum. I got to order 7 Ghana. Yes, Obi be as better than so sometimes out of ignorance. Ebia unim say oku twamu store we na oku other store and go benya at a reduced price. Say e sha say sir no obi across that store no ejana. Obi better than yama so. Ebe chintin na twan. Among for better omniama so ti. I hope and pray say enche ebeba a Trotro driver bia just say yes move. Omo de Oma ma dey say oh Omegbo shem sesi ya o metwe fam. Ene GPRT for ese kwa probio omakwache mbranti. Driver no any limit ya ti omo. Nyina say omo charge 20 Ghana from circle to Dome. Na sa se munuwe manya na hede. Mungu ana mo pesika di owiase. Mungu ana mo yeyeye. Mungu ana jese mo wiase mo ba he no. ese munya mfaso entifo no mo bebi amoto na ye ton na body na mama anase de mfaso se nko no mbese mudi kofie ya kan munti na memblemu GPR tifo no mu hwehwe ni mu moto wana arrest na mo arrest above price increment and come the press release aba come the press release aba fo na ya sisi be ni na no GPR tifo mo muti konokono ana moto mo nya madwen se mo tiso ana timamufo no guso amobre apart from mo miso mo ka mo to fuola ne omo enjoy no the other so fru ka wan hwe ye grada de say yes atuma ma no ma wan so ye nteso enti sa dwon bone no mo so ya gusi da bai GPAtifo mo we say DV le boss Julius Nikwe so obesiden hospital mo yesika kabo betenawe yesika udi kosi ayama GPAtifo one of the enemies of the country GPAtifo this of man say two full ometo omolor frame say ye ate so de monte so ye ate so no e ho de mu refi say monte so yeyi na we nkosi da ben na Ghana sanko asumi ya de ehu hyemu yi ye be firim edi no onim nada boma me wate the truth teller Maxi Billian our naked truth Oldboga friends for comment eto comment section I say and never cause we asem to Trotro Drivers GPR2 for HB Accra na Regional Minister for Ashanti Region as HB Bagbag 16 ewo Kumasi na is Kumasi na Accra de Empire Ebedwa according to Metro Mass Deputy Managing Director Papa friend Haroun Apaw Wiredu say a car nanu ye buy ya the same model the same brand almost on 38,000 even though no more engine and as an official but MPP for na mo na occupy the managing director role and deputy managing director role no almost more 3,000 Ghana cedis and can see 30 million I'm say I have some work no I so mo work no ha we ebe ni David for comment to comment section as we are subscribe like na share mo nya so enebi every macro bye bye.